Happy Friday.
Say with your chest.
No, I want to use my singing voice.
Oh, because it's so low. Happy Friday.
Like Jaden's music teacher.
Let us sing. Let us sing together. He gets so pissed off every time I do that.
So we've got some things to talk about today. And there's something that you wanted to bring up first.
There's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
How life is funny. So before we even came live, I was sharing a conversation with her just about how earlier today I allowed myself to be upset, and I got upset. It's in this Madden league that I'm in, and people who don't know what Madden is, yeah, it's a football video game. But I'm in a franchise mode right now that I've been a part of for the past like 7, 8 years now. So what I did this year was to tank to lose, so lose games on purpose because of the fact of the draft class that we have. It has Trevor Lawrence in it. So I was pretty much tanking for Trevor hashtag. And what happened was this last game of the season, in which I would have had a top three pick in the draft. I let this person, I was like, yeah, you get the win. But this person asked me, can I play the computer? So it's called auto. So you got to go against my computer. I said, yeah, sure. So I'm thinking like, oh yeah, it's gonna, or he's gonna win. I'm gonna be good to go. I checked the thing, and he lost to my computer. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like, if I knew that was gonna happen, I would have just played the game or whatever and lost on purpose. But
It's like spades when you bid nil and then your partner like decides that they want to get a lot of bucks.
yeah, but he had one job and he messed it up. So I went from the top three pick to now I think I have draft number 8. But I have things in the works to ensure that I'm going to be able to get a quarterback that I want. But with that said, it just brings stuff to the perspective about just how things, even those potential guaranteed things that you feel that may be guaranteed, it gets changed a different way and allow yourself to feel those emotions. So I felt pissed off about that,
Right.
and I allow myself to be pissed off about it.
And let's check in. Who's here? What kind of emotions have you been feeling today? Just give us a word or drop an emoji.
Or today, or lately, or yeah, this week. But also, there's just a lot of interesting things going on. I wanted to go into another thing once we get there, but just wanted to share that and just the fact of allowing yourself to feel whatever emotion, even how silly something may be. So for somebody else, like it's just a video game, there's other things, and yeah, it's just a video game, but it's like, how am I being in that video game? It's one of my toys. So the kid in me, and I give myself permission to be the kid when something like that happened. I'm like, oh, what the hell, man? Because I was planning it to be that way, and I did everything in my power to ensure that it happens the way that I wanted to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And this one curveball happened right at the end. So I'm like, mm. But I was able to make adjustments. Sounds like when you get in the beginning of a relationship.
Sounds like the situation you were talking about earlier with getting frustrated with schoolwork and things like that. It's like it's so funny that these topics can get translated to all parts of our lives and all people of all ages that deal with a relationship, whether it's a relationship to self, relationship to a particular situation like a game, a relationship to life.
Yeah. And speak about relationship to life. I wanted to share this next thing because it popped up as well before we went live.
Mm-hmm.
So Eminem's getting canceled.
By who? What?
This thing called the cancel culture, which is a very interesting thing in which things quote unquote get canceled. But the thing for me is like, how can something get canceled when it already happened, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I got burned on my finger, and now I'm going to cancel the burn like 3 years later.
Okay, so just so y'all know, I don't really know anything about this, and I don't really pay attention to that
I'm paying attention because I
stuff.
opened up social media and it popped up. But I just want to read a quick thing about it. It said, "Why is Eminem being canceled? Some users on TikTok have decided to start a crusade." A crusade sounds familiar, right? Wasn't it that thing like a long time ago when they went on that was it the Christian Crusade or something like that?
Hmm.
They actually made a game out of it. What's that game? Dante's Inferno. There we go. And that's actually a story too.
Hmm.
The Crusades of which they go to promote whatever their beliefs are and forcefully bring upon it in the name of this, the
Hmm.
name of God. But there was raping and plumaging and burning and all these other stuff. But even was earlier this week the anniversary of the witch trials,
Hmm.
of the biggest witch killing, and condolences to those witches that died for it, of this people being that crusade, feeling like gotta crusade, gotta save the world. So that's what it's, oh, go ahead.
Do you think that Kevin Samuels is on a crusade?
We'll get there.
Just
So
asking.
so what this said, it said TikTok users have decided to start a crusade to get Eminem canceled, thanks in large part to his song "Love the Way You Lie." Specifically, these lyrics cause some concern among the young audience on the platform. If she ever tries to fucking leave again, I'ma tie her to the bed and set the house on fire. The lyrics was viewed as problematic by one user, and others have since weighed in on both sides. Really? I would think they would try to cancel Kim.
Right?
Dang. They're trying to cancel some Riri in it too. That's not happening.
Oh,
I think, yeah, that's a song with Rihanna, right?
I don't know.
It's it's very interesting of how, like with this, the cancel culture, in which I go with the view of I see truth in everything.
Hmm.
So this whole cancel thing, they feel that something that may have happened before or maybe happening now, may need some adjustments for it, which is totally understandable.
Hmm.
And I hear from the other people who are going against the cancel culture is like, yo, like leave shit alone.
Hmm.
And for me, I like to body both of it. And also for me, my perspective is if you don't like something, just don't listen to it, don't watch it,
Hmm.
or don't give it attention. It's not like Eminem is sitting in front of you forever singing the song to you over and over and over again. But it's like that word of what they said, the crusade.
Hmm.
Gotta save, gotta do this, or gotta do the right thing.
Hmm.
A lot of us, we use that energy crusade to feel our, we have to shove our views down your throat. We gotta shove our beliefs down your throat. If you don't believe that shit, we're gonna keep trying to shove it down your throat.
Hmm.
Which you see on social media, it's a lot of different things going on with that way.
Well, I mean, it makes sense that if a person feels strongly about something, and instead of actually looking to like reconcile that emotion within themselves, that they would take it out on the world.
Yeah,
It's like what all that they could do to not look inside.
yeah, which happens in a lot of relationships as well.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, what are you saying about Kevin Samuels?
Do you think that Kevin Samuels is on a crusade?
In his own way, yeah. And he's doing something, like he said, it's something, he's doing something that's bigger than him. It's not just about him. And you could tell when you're like really speaking something
Hmm.
because he's getting attacked.
Hmm.
People say his delivery and all these other stuff. He's just being him. And he said it. He was like, if you took a look at me even before like I blew up and stuff, and also you could ask people that I work with, he's like, I've always been a blunt person and straight direct
Hmm.
with things. It just comes off that it could be harsh because a lot of people like to get babied and like the puddle or walking into like the pool or being guided into the pool. It's okay. He just grabs your ass and throw you in the deep end. No, but he gradually throws you in the deep end.
Hmm. So it sounds like similar to what's going on with like cancel culture.
What do you mean?
You know, it's like, well, this is a point of view, and it is in a space where you can choose to listen to it or you cannot. But essentially, what might be going on is that he's just sharing his opinion, and so are the cancel culture people.
That's pretty much exactly what it's about. Everybody's sharing their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We all have the right to have our own opinions and our own beliefs about whatever's going on. But then what happens is what you see too is my opinion is better than your opinion. Your opinion is wrong. Your beliefs are wrong. My beliefs are right. Your your stuff is not right. Now I'm going to label you because I'm being triggered by you. It's all these different things that are going on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great.
I gotta see what that is too, so I can give a shout out for that. Whoever did that.
Every time I read or hear fight against blank, I send conscious compassion. Like, yeah, we hear you. That was really, really thoughtful and considerate because, I mean, what else are we going to do? Am I going to be anti cancel culture? Am I going to be anti cancel culture? Am I going to be anti cancel culture? You know, and just keep fighting. Like, where's the peace?
Exactly. And MLK said that you can't fight hate with hate. But why even fight it? And that's the thing about it. It's like it's something and you go back like does it feel like or if like one thing's and you're just like, oh, hey. it, yeah, it's so much energy too that could be used for trying to combat these things or even judging these things or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, done it before. Judge the cancel culture, judge all these different movements and things that are going on right now, and judging it from just looking at it from my own point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And what I integrate and starting to do is to see things from a universal point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like my one of my foundations. There is a bigger picture going on that I can't see in my human eye, but I can also be embracing and embodying that there is a bigger picture that's going on right now, and I get to see that unfold. And also, like the people who do combat against each other, hey, go ahead.
I'd love to piggyback off of what. Oh, it's LV.
From the shadow world, Shadow Cat is back.
So I love to piggyback off of what you're saying. Is like the way that I'm operating these days. It's like I have this belief, and it's my belief that everything is working in my favor. I say my favor, I mean our favor. And that like every situation is actually exactly what we've wanted or asked for. And what my mission is to maintain that, embody that, and to like continue to affirm that to myself in all situations, because that's the way I believe everything really is. I think that if like for instance I feel like shit, or you know like something triggering happens, and all that does is just prevents me from actually seeing in the moment that things are actually exactly the way that I've asked for, wanted, maybe even better, but I just can't see it because of the situation or the pain that happens to be obstructing that view. And that includes relationships.
All it takes is one perspective shift, and it shifts your reality tremendously. It's like, for example, a rainy day. One person can, oh my God, it's a rainy day. It's gonna ruin my life and this stuff. And another person could just see that, oh, it's raining today.
Mm-hmm.
Let me grab my umbrella. It's like that type of situation that can happen. And also, let's say, for example, the pandemic thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, There's another lockdown happened. Oh my God, we're gonna be locked down, and I can't like do this. And then it's like, oh, they're doing another lockdown. Got it. Hey, got a chance to like chill out more and hang out more. And that's the cool, and that's one of the cool things as we're talking about that, like the whole thing for this past year, because it's been a 1 year anniversary with this thing, the lockdown and stuff. I said it to you before. A lot of us got our wish that we wanted. You know, like a lot of us, like, oh my God, I wish I could work from home, or I would love to spend more time with my family. I would love to spend more time with my partner. And now it happens, and some people, oh no, I'm having spending too much time with people. I'm spending too much time.
Garrett says, "Sorry, super
Oh no,
random."
that's
Oh, that's
Cholula.
no, that is Alina. Thank you, Alina. Sorry, super random, but I get it. I'm grateful for the pandemic and the expansion that has happened for a lot of humans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Garrett says, "I love rain," right? Nope.
Nope.
That's Alina too. Got
Yeah.
it. Got
This
it.
expansion that's happening
Yeah.
in the form of the pandemic, but then all these other things that are going on too, in which we get to look at it from different perspectives and different levels.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just like the pandemic, the stuff out there with the racism we just talked about before, with the cancel culture, a lot of these different things to bring awareness to.
Yeah.
But also it gets to show us where we're at in our own evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that like I felt trapped to before is seeing that, oh, I'm more ahead of this other person because they're in this story of this other thing. Like, oh my God, humans. But that's the part I integrated more, because like I'm a human, but also for me, there's parts for myself in which somebody else could look at me the same way. Oh, you're still doing that same thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like in certain categories, more evolved and have more awareness to than I would have, and then vice versa. But it's like, this is, what's that word? Compassion. Mm-hmm. Compassion for all of us in this journey, because it is all unfolding pretty cool right now.
Depending on how you see it, right? Thank you for asking, Alina, and thank you for being here, by the way. Can you explain cancel culture to me? To me, too.
I'm still learning. I just hear this thing, cancel culture, but supposedly what cancel culture is, and this is just what I've heard about it, is just a group of people who are talking about things out there that may, I guess, like cause potential harm or be harmful, or the words are, it could be considered very vile words. So he's talking about the, what is it called? We were talking about, Eminem. Mm-hmm. We were talking about Eminem before, but even recently I heard, and I was talking to you about it earlier this week, of how supposedly, I guess, a couple of Dr. Seuss's books mm-hmm. got taken off because they're considered racist. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's the cancel culture. They feel like, oh my God, pretty much that's what it is too. It's like, okay, you did this thing before, uh-huh. or whatever. You may have done this thing before, and for you doing that thing that you've done before, mm-hmm. in this present moment, you got to be canceled and all this other stuff. No, nobody support this person because of what they have done before. And it's pretty cool that I got that question, because now mm-hmm. it's for my awareness, and this is why I love we have a platform I can share this, is it reminds me of the saying of what they say, he who is without sin cast the first stone. And what I'm observing is a lot of people are throwing stones out there and they got sin. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, like, to me, it's like, that makes sense, though.
The saying says the saying says, he who is without sin cast the first stone, meaning, like, for example, if somebody's doing something and if you haven't done anything, you're pure or whatever, then like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be doing this thing, or you shouldn't be doing that, or this is wrong, or whatever, like that, like those type of stuff. But it's like, we have all sinned in some type of way, so who am I to point my finger at you in this present moment because of you doing something before? And also it reminds me of the other saying of do do unto others as you have to do unto yourself. And a lot of us, we judge people when we have our own shit.
Right. I'm gonna let you continue with this, but I got something to say about all this underlying stuff here.
Let's go there. And that's the thing for myself that I brought awareness to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also why, like, for myself now, I don't judge, because I always point it back to myself. Even when I catch myself potentially judging, like or potentially judging before, I'm like, wait a second, what have you done in your life?
Mm-hmm. So, is not judging the same thing as having compassion?
Huh?
Is not judging the same thing as having compassion?
I feel like not judging can lead to compassion, but also that compassion, the understanding of the fact, like, I done some shit before in my life, and
Mm-hmm.
this person's going through their own stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And compassion for me is, and that's why I asked, like, how would I like to be treated if I was that person?
Got it. Love to read some comments because these are great. Yes, that means to me that we're holding everyone in a capacity of being small and without change. We all change constantly. I got a lot of shit.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's the thing. Giving others the permission to also go through their stuff and to evolve and to make the changes, as if we give ourselves those permissions as well of changing and doing our own personal growth. And in the personal growth out there in life experiences, there's lessons and blessings. There's blessings and the lessons.
Mm-hmm.
We have to experience life to be able to evolve. Let's
Right.
imagine if, like, this was in life and didn't experience anything.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Thank you for making that point. So when you say that you don't judge, I'm like, I don't get it. We were put here to have that capacity. We could be like, oh, I judged, big deal, and move on. Every time we say, oh yeah, that was good, that's a judgment. Or if we say, man, it's so bad, that's a judgment, and that's okay too. Like, I had to get off it, like, thinking that, oh my gosh, this is the world is ending because I actually, like, I judged myself about something. It's like, no, I get to have compassion. And Alina says, I see it as non-judgment. I see it as non-judgment, as respecting others of being the protagonists of their own worlds. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what happens is we try to tell how somebody else needs to run their own world, type of thing.
Right. You can judge or not judge, whatever you want.
It's like, really, like, hear the stories, like, I know this is your life, but this is how you should do it.
Right. This is how I think you should run your life.
That's, like, even deeper.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let's read Juju's comment. When I say everything is working in my favor, I need to be mindful that the Almighty will send me my protectors to guard me against those who want to do me harm. The Almighty will send me my mentors so that I'm not easily knocked off my square. And I know I'm a healer and a warrior, yet at times I'm the one that needs a healer and a warrior. I love my purposeful life. Profound. It's a dance to judge or not to judge, but are we doing it, as Juju says, lovingly to others, ourselves? We all judge. And Alina says, yes.
It comes up, meaning, like, and this is what I meant, like, this is what I meant by, for myself, like, I don't judge anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Is I'm aware when it comes up, and that's not even just with that. I'm just very more aware of myself and aware for what happens within me,
mm-hmm.
with, like, thoughts and things like that. And that's the thing about it. Those thoughts of judgment or whatever, they're gonna come up. Thoughts of, like, oh my God, I've seen it before. I'm like, had thoughts before, like, yeah, I want to punch this motherfucker in the face, type of thing. Those thoughts come up, but it's like, do I give those thoughts power and put my focus into it, or do I just let the thought be a thought and just go by, mm-hmm. like a cloud in the sky? So we have a choice, because we are bigger than the thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
We're bigger than the judgment, bigger than these events. We're the space that holds it all, and we can observe from that standpoint of just seeing it go through, and and just knowing willingly, like we have a choice and free will. Do we want to go with this thought?
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to go with this judgment, or just let it be? And sometimes for myself, I get curious with it. But oh, why am I judging this person?
Mm-hmm.
And then an answer will come back because it is. Like, what's really behind that? Like, I just ask myself the question, but what happens for me, and I read it somewhere, and it's so profound of reading what I wrote or reading what I read. It said that we are our own inner child,
Mm-hmm.
but also we're our own inner parent to our child.
Mm-hmm.
So understanding the both dynamics of it, and that's the embodiment of that. So when the judgment come up, can you be that inner parent for yourself for that judgment that came up, to look at it for curiosity or asking that question as if like you're talking to a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like if a kid came to you, I'm judging this thing, are you gonna say like you're not supposed to be judging like this? I mean, parents do that, but like, or is being curious like, oh, why are you judging that person? Why you have this, or why are you judging that thing for? What's
Right.
going on?
Alina says, because we are the protagonists of our own world, hence the person who is front and center of all the things that occur for me. So, like, yeah, we're the protagonist and we're the hero if we want to go into that type of polarity or dynamic. Awesome. And Juju says, yes, Del, facts. Is it that we don't judge, or is it that we do not release that judgment when it comes up? Because what we resist persists, right?
Every single time.
Nice one. Nice one.
It's like the thing Tony Robbins says of saying like there's no weeds when there's weeds. Like there's no weeds, there's no weeds, there's no weeds, no weeds. And there's like weeds all around you.
Right.
That's the thing, being okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, we're talking about a conscious relationship with yourself.
Right. Right. So full circle, right? Understanding if you share the understanding that everything is working in your favor, right? Then your relationships are too. And if there happens to be something that comes up where it's like, oh, it's the relationship, or something along those lines, it's like maybe shifting the perspective and seeing how it is in your favor, how it is serving you because it is. That can, really like shed some light on some things.
Yeah, man. It's like maybe a relationship is or there's like a relationship that you don't like right now in the moment. What if it's teaching you about compassion? What if it's teaching you how to have more proper boundaries? What if it's teaching you how to love yourself more? What if it's teaching you how to be able to accept somebody for what they are? And what if it's teaching you that you can't be the molding God to try to change somebody?
Mm-hmm.
What if it's teaching you also is like you're avoiding your shit?
Right. It's a lot of possibilities in there. And it sounds like all those possibilities lead to growth.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. The relationships, it's about growth.
I mean, we can say change, but change is growth.
Oh yeah.
We like by default we are expanding. So any change is expansion.
Yeah. I meant like relationship bypass type of thing.
Meaning
trying to mold a relationship in a way.
Sorry. Lena says, I love avoiding my stuff.
We all could be guilty of that. Until the universe says, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. The universe goes like, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there, hey there. Gets louder and louder and louder. But what was the question you said? What was the question you asked me? About bypassing?
Yeah, what does that mean really?
Oh, it's sort of like the term when they say like what's it, the spiritual bypassing thing?
Yeah.
Of staying in all in this love and light stuff, and like you think like this was all about like that up here type of thing, and not falling in love with the other parts of you down here, and you throw it in the closet, like lock it away.
Yes.
So what I meant by that is set or looking for relationships in which the relationship just has all these dynamic aspects of it, and like these parts of pretty much the spiritual bypass are we threw away in the closet, not having to face those in a relationship. And then what could potentially happen is when those things start to show up in a relationship, gotta get out this, man. I can't be in this relationship anymore. No, 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 no. I can't do this. It starts to get too intense because it starts to mirror those parts of you that you was running away from, and hence some people they hop from one relationship to another one quickly. Boom, 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 boom. I've done it before, like hopping, and so that way I didn't have to like deal with my shit.
Got it. Got it.
I'm just reading the thing.
I'm still laughing at the I love avoiding my stuff. Like that's the making for a marathon runner.
Yeah. Yeah. And like that's great awareness too, to acknowledge that as well.
Yeah, totally. I'm feeling complete. How about you?
Yeah, because I got this parent teachers conference coming up soon. What?
Thank you for being here.
I was about to say, you know what?
What?
We can no, never mind. I was about to say, let's answer one question. I was like, that can go like pretty longer than that. So
we'll save it for next time.
cool.
All right, y'all. Have a magical day.